What changes have you seen in the ROH product since you started?
I think it's a lot more focused now. I think a lot of the guys on our roster have a more clearly defined role within the company. When ROH first started, and we both started, I think, on the very same show, didn't we? Glory by Honor?
No, you started...
A show before it?
October 5th was Glory by Honor,
yeah.
And I was supposed to start that day. It got pushed back to November 5th.
Yeah, but you had like a Rotary Club meeting or something. So anyways, he couldn't make it. I was out there. And
technically, I started on the September show because I came in and did an interview.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid for that.
Yeah. So, when I first came in, pretty much, the only concept of ROH was it's a collection of, the best indie guys that, around the nation, and hey, have them come all together and do kind of a supercard. That was kind of like what every show was, which is cool, and its inception was cool because I think it kind of made the company stand out from other companies because now you took everybody's kind of best guy, put them all in the same company, all the same ring together, and hey, let them go out and do it. It was bad, though, in the sense that the show had no real flow because, you just had a lot of guys out there who were just doing their best to kind of blow away the crowd, but in the process, you're kind of hurting the rest of the card, later on down the line. And, basically it just became like a big... I shouldn't say it became that way, but it was shifting towards that, where it was just kind of like a big, one-upsmanship type of contest where this guy's doing that, this guy, and like, a lot of the guys were using a lot of the same stuff. You'd see like 5 Northern Light suplexes into the turnbuckles, and everybody's getting dropped and killed and this and that. And I mean, hey, that's some company's prerogative, and that's how it goes. But for the longevity of a company, you can run supercars like that, sure, for only so long, but you're kind of exhausting your own product. And then especially recently, so now you saw like the emergence of these characters, of these factions, of reasons why these people are doing what they're doing, and at the same time, I'd like to think that we're not insulting people's intelligence. We might have a little bit of fun with them, and with some of the storylines that we come up with, and and that, I think that's all fine and dandy. You got to have a little bit of fun, and a lot of some things are cliche, sure, but I think we've never really tried to represent ourselves as something that is insulting to watch. Like, when you watch an ROH show now, like, we have angles, we have feuds, and we have, this guy doesn't like this guy, but it's for tangible reasons, because, this guy lost a match, or he wants to win, or he wants the belt. All of our angles are focused on our belts. We want that was the kind of like the big shift when I won the belt, was that we wanted the ROH championship to be something that everybody was gunning for, and we wanted it to be the ultimate prize in the company. When you come in a Ring of Honor, you come with the intention of winning the ROH World Championship, and I think there's a real shift to that now. Also, like I said, saying that everybody has a place in the company now, like I said, guys are more cognizant. I think there's more cohesion as far as the card goes, as far as guys are working. Guys go around and ask now, hey, are we doing this? You guys doing this? Well, we're thinking about this. This is what we're doing for a finish. Are you guys doing that for a finish? And really trying to produce a more slick, a better overall show, I guess is a good word, is a good way to sum it up. And that's kind of what I feel the company has shifted to now. And though you won't get as much craziness as we had in some of our early stuff, especially in the scramble stuff, some of that stuff, it's maddening for some of the wrestlers in the back, and some of us, especially like a guy like American Dragon, who pulls his hair out whenever he sees some of the scrambles, and that's why he's bald now. But you might not see that old Flash from the past, but I think you're getting a better overall wrestling product as a whole, and I think the show and the characters and the people, I think they're much more interesting and much more entertaining than they were when I first started with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, everything's better. And that's just not me, drinking the Kool-Aid. That's not just me because I work here and I run the school. And if you look at a show from 2002,
yeah,
honestly, a lot of them don't hold up. A lot of them are one-match shows. The production's crap in a lot of the cases. Maybe not crap for them, but I'm just holding it up against like the most recent third anniversary shows. you know, they used to have that chain link fence. There never used to be, you know, these sheets, you know, in the back. The lighting wasn't right.
Well, we didn't even have lighting. But now.
Right. I mean, and now it's just, you know, the production's so much better. You know, some people get smoke for their entrances. You know, like my entrance with the lights and the.
And some of us get green freaking lasers. All right here, green lasers. They're very proud about that.
You know,
I actually got a call at my house. Hey Joe, listen. We feel horrible about your entrances. We just saw Austin's. It's fantastic. So you know what I did, Joe? Joe, you know what we did for you? The former champ, the former man of this company, all right? Some call you has-been, not us. You know what we got for you, my friend? Green freaking lasers, Joe.
And I couldn't think of a better color for him.
Yes.
Green.
That's because he used my words, and now I look like an asshole. Thanks. Continue.
I just think everything's better. I think the roster's better. It's head and shoulders above what it was in 2002 or even 2003. And I really like the crew we got. You know, like I get to grow as a wrestler with Homicide and Joe and American Dragon, and even when AJ and Daniels were here. You know, I mean, if you look at the crew, like I know in 20 years I'm going to be stoked about the guys I came up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Homicide is head and shoulders above where he was a year ago.
Oh, totally.
I know I am, you know, personally speaking. I know there's tons of stuff I improved on. There's tons of stuff I still need to work on. But, like, you know, everybody saw, like, Bryan Danielson become a world-class worker. And everybody saw Samoa Joe carry the company and become this dynamic guy who could have a great main event with, like, anybody, you know. I mean, we all have our roles, you know. Everybody is selfless. Everybody knows how to put somebody else over. Everybody's more concerned about the other guy before them, you know. And I just think it wasn't like that when I first started here. It was about, let's go out there and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. And it was all about stealing the show. And, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, even now, you know, there isn't anybody from Gabe to me to Joe to any kind of Ring of Honor management that doesn't that tells people, hey, don't do this or don't do that.
Yeah.
We'll let you do whatever. But collectively, the locker room is 100% smarter because they know not to do that without even being told. They know, you know, like everybody here and there does brainbusters. Well, Aries has adopted that almost as his finisher. So everybody stops doing it, you know? When new guys come in and they're on the Do or Die show, you know, we don't tell them to hold back. You know, go do your thing. You know, blah blah blah. I remember Super Dragon worked Excalibur, and like, you know, Super Dragon did a whole bunch of stuff, and he was like, man, it just, you know, like a lot of the stuff wasn't as over as I thought it was going to be. Like he did Homicide's Dive, you know. But there's a difference between like a guy like Super Dragon doing Homicide's Dive or Homicide doing Homicide's Dive. You know, and it's because Homicide knows how to work it now. So whereas before he just might like go nuts and do it. Now he knows, you know, to work it. You know, and I think a year ago, Homicide might not have set up for the dive and not done it to get the heel heat, but like now he does stuff like that. Everybody's just a smarter worker. Mm-hmm. You know, the whole locker room, like Ring Crew Express, everybody knows. On different shows, it's their time to shine. You know, mm-hmm. Whether, okay, this time I'm going to be in the main event. Now I'm going to bust out all my stuff, and now I'm going to do the more high-risk stuff or the crazier stuff. Or if you're in the popcorn match, you know, to kind of, you know, take it easy. There's a difference between being lazy or just being smart, you know, for the sake of the rest of the show, you know.
But at the same time, too, nobody's ever told, like,
no,
go out there and tone it down a bit. You know, nobody has. I mean, they tell you go full bore. But I think in general, like, and it's pretty much the guys themselves take it upon themselves to kind of be like.
Yeah, the locker room's policed itself.
Yeah,
which is
like,
amazing.
I hear a lot of people like, I always hear like it cracks me up because people say, "Oh, Joe's a locker room leader." Well, like I can't think of a time that I ever told anybody like anything in the locker room other than, "Hey, what's up?" You know, like.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, if anything, a lot of the guys are overly concerned.